everyone, 3, I'll be reviewing Murder Mystery 2, just dropped on Netflix, starring Adam Sandler, Jennifer Aniston. For people who don't know, I think Murder Mystery, the first movie from Adam Sandler, I think that movie when initially dropped, that movie was like it was the most watched Netflix original movie was back then when it came out. It's 2019. Since then, of course, the sequel came after 3 years. So I thought the first movie was quite interesting. Overall, I did like that movie. So a lot of people didn't like that movie for some reason, but I did. But if you didn't like the first movie, obviously you will not like this movie. But however, I thought personally this movie, it was quite entertaining and it does move very quickly. And if you like Adam Sandler and Jennifer Aniston, I think this movie worth checking. I really like this movie. How it starts with this Indian wedding. I thought that wedding scene, the way it was done, the choreograph, the dance, I really liked that particular wedding dance sequence. I thought it was quite well made. Jennifer Aniston, she looks really amazing. This is just unbelievable. How old is Jennifer Aniston? She's 50 something, isn't she? She just looks amazing. I thought this movie overall, the murder mystery, I guess it is spoiler, I guess. Okay, so this movie overall story, like who is behind all this, maybe the person who is guilty for it's a little predictable. But I thought this movie, it was very enjoyable. Like once you start watching it, I thought it was good time, honestly. I thought this movie was better than the first movie. But I could see some people are not liking this movie. Once again, I think if you didn't like the first movie, you thought it was annoying. You're not gonna like this one simply because this is the first movie's part 2. Although I really like this movie's overall location, but in one point in this movie, Mark Strong, who is okay, I will going into spoiler because I feel weird talking about this movie. Feel like I will give out spoiler or something. Also, same time, I cannot talk about this character without giving away any spoilers. So, spoiler warning if you have not seen this movie. The person behind the guy who was kidnapped in this movie, okay, maybe it was a little predictable. Okay, maybe not too predictable. I guess I wasn't suspecting the sister will kidnap him. I was thinking maybe that guy who is the chairman or the board member who has 2,000 kids or something, I thought he probably kidnapped him, but he wasn't. But when Mark Strong, he was the villain for this movie, I was like a little disappointed because Mark Strong, the minute he shows up on screen, he's going to be the villain. So that is why maybe the casting isn't perfect because, Mark Strong, he is always your go-to villain. So I didn't like that he was the villain for this movie. That's the only downside for me personally, because I was like, the minute I saw him, I was like, is he the bad guy? And he was the bad guy. So the Mark Strong in this movie, he said, what did he said? He doesn't like French or something like that. I was like, oh man, did he just say that I don't like French? I was like, that was something. How did he say that? That means that obviously this movie, it felt very, all the location, obviously it takes place. Where was the first island? They never said that where it was. I thought the first island really looked amazing, but of course the rest of the movie took place in Paris. It was very interesting choice. Obviously they totally destroyed the Paris, and the last act for this movie is actually quite interesting. I like it the way it ends. The sister is the one who kidnapped her brother because he got most of the money. It makes sense. I like that the way they solved the crime, and these two lady, what was her name? I'm forgetting. Those two black lady. I thought they were really good in this movie. I really like the whole cast. Of course, I really like Adam Sandler, Jennifer Aniston. They both have really good chemistry on screen. Jennifer Aniston, for some reason, she's always good in this kind of role. This movie does have some of the action scene. The action scene looked really good. especially for this kind of movie. So obviously Netflix did spend a lot of money for this, felt like. So overall, I thought this movie was quite good. Overall, I really enjoyed. But if some people didn't like, of course you didn't like, but if you did like this movie, I understand, because I enjoy watching this movie. So I say, if you have nothing to see during the weekend, check this out, because this movie worth checking. There is some interesting set pieces in this movie. It felt very international, and overall really liked. And that's my thought on this. Let me know in the comment what do you think about this movie, and if you enjoyed about this review, don't share my other reviews on other Netflix movie. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe. Until I see you next time, please take care.